Dun, 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 dun.
Hey everybody, Sexy Matt the Pharaoh Wizard here, and I just saw Jurassic World. So to start off, quick history on my experience with the Jurassic Park franchise, more specifically the first one. So I was pretty much the perfect age when Jurassic Park first came out. I was 9 years old when it first came out. So if you do the math, you'll find out I'm old as fuck. Anyways, being that it's just like right in the age, I was still like, dinosaurs are awesome. And also, it was still really scary, and it was a great movie. And well, of course, it was a great movie. It was the highest grossing movie for the longest time till that one movie, something about a boat or something. I don't know. I can't remember. Some boat movie. Anyways, so the sequels were pretty much crap. With Jurassic Park, it's kind of funny. It's not the only series to have this problem, but it's kind of weird that the first one is this big cultural landmark, and then the sequels are more debated on which one is worse. You got The Lost World, where Jeff Goldblum is annoying as fuck. It does have the official low point in the series where that girl says, "Hey, you," and the raptor turns. Yeah, that was retarded. The effects are better than the third one. And oh man, what are some good things about Lost World? I don't even know. I think that one's the worst one for me, to be honest. The third one, it had the pterodactyls or pterodons, which is awesome, but the way they presented them raised so many questions if you really think about it. The couple was annoying. The kid surviving on a dinosaur island for 8 weeks is stupid. That was a stupid movie, too. At least it was shorter. I don't know. When I first heard about Jurassic World, I was like, oh, okay, this is probably going to suck. And really didn't pay much attention to anything until I saw the trailer and was like, okay, seems interesting. So, I'm going to keep this spoiler free, and then once I go into spoilers, I'll give you a link to skip to my wrap up. I guess, kind of discuss things from the trailers. We'll start with the Motorcycle Raptor Bros. It's kind of been a new internet thing. The Raptors were good. They looked good. But I feel like the only movie to do the Raptors really well, which, I mean, as a movie effect or, as a movie monster, I'm not sure how Raptors really acted. I'm no paleopsychologist, so I have no idea how Raptors really work. But as a movie monster, the first one I think seemed to do them the only justice. And I think that was due to the first one really not showing them. You don't see a full raptor till the kitchen scene. So you're really, and at least from my experience, I didn't even know what a velociraptor was. I'd never heard of it. So you're like, I don't know what this thing is. This is going to be crazy. And they were awesome. And then, the other ones just crapped all over them. They do have one awesome scene in Jurassic World, but beyond that, I didn't like really what they did with them, just because Motorcycle Raptor Bros. Without giving too much away, I just didn't care what they did with those. The other big reveal in the trailer would be the fish. I don't know the official name of it, and if I did, I probably couldn't pronounce it. So, my question is how did they get mosquitoes that bit a fish and develop a dinosaur fish? They don't really even explain that in the movie either. It's like, I mean, the thing is awesome, and it's used a good amount of times, and it's, you know, a welcome addition. But it's like, how did they do that? Come on, movie. How did you get blood from a fish? So that was interesting. The trailer showed the gyrosphere car things, and those were cool. My problem is with this. I'm okay with the technology and driving around within dinosaurs. I worked in a theme park, and I will tell you this. In the movie, the people just drive it. It's not on a track. It's not self-driving. You just have free reign. You are never getting those back. And if you do, they're going to be in shit condition. Like, what's to bring someone in? And that actually creates a problem within the movie. It's a terrible, terrible idea for a theme park ride. Just letting people drive around free reign. That is so awful. Bad idea. Bad Jurassic Park. So that's pretty much it for the dinosaurs that I want to talk about without spoiling. So let's talk about the humans. Chris Pratt is great. He has an awful mustache, but he is great. It's not a huge shift from Star-Lord. It's a little bit, but it's not like, oh my god, he's a completely different guy. But he's still enjoyable, and he's a very charismatic actor. And I like him. He did a good job. I liked what he did, and he was good. And then the actress in it, which I can't think of her name, but I've heard she's Ron Howard's daughter. She was good. She's painted a little different in the trailer than in the movie, I think. The trailer kind of made it look like she was almost like the villain, and then, gets caught up in this. But, and I feel like that's a little bit different in the movie. But she did a good job for what she needed to do. Well done. The kids were actually pretty good for child actors. I didn't really notice any points where I was like groaning or anything. They did a good job. My main problem with any of the actors is, why is Judy Greer in this? And why is she only in it for like a minute? You see her in the trailer too. And even you get the hint from the trailer, like, she's really not in this movie. So why do you hire someone as talented and beautiful as Judy Greer to do 1 minute worth of filming? That makes no sense. I mean, and this happens to her a lot, I've noticed. I've seen her in a few movies where she's just like in it for like a minute or two. And maybe that's what she wants to do, I don't know, but or maybe it's because she's a ginger and it's hard to get gingers to show up on film, lack of soul and all that. But, why misuse Judy Greer like that? I mean, it would be like George Lucas getting Dustin Hoffman to play the Bothans in Return of the Jedi. Like, why get someone great and just use them a little bit? It's kind of weird. That was weird. So, the story, I guess the plot is, the theme park's been open for a while now, and they do a lot of parallels to modern zoos in that people get bored, so they stop coming, so they have to come up with an attraction to get people to come in, on top of corporate sponsorship kind of nosing their way into it, which I've seen at zoos, and it seems to be a problem at zoos. So, and that's kind of what they're dealing with, and then it's no spoiler because it's in the trailer, but they develop their own monster or dinosaur. I guess I wouldn't say monster. They developed their own dinosaur to get more people in, and that's where shit goes down. The story was well done. I felt it was a little bit paced weird, and I didn't. That seemed to take away from it a little bit, but it was still enjoyable. For the most part. So I think that's about it for non-spoilers. So if you want to click here, bloop, and that'll take you to my wrap up. So, spoilers from now on. Spoilers. All right. So the Indominus Rex looked like a T-Rex with long arms and a long snout. I think it is supposed to be a hybrid. They didn't really fully say, but it seems like it's a hybrid of a T-Rex and a raptor. So it's like, let's take the two baddies of the first movie and mash them together and make a bad guy. And that's not terrible, and he was very threatening and scary and what have you. What I said earlier about the pacing is that thing just takes... You don't get much time before of joyful, running around the park before that thing attacks, and then it's bam, the plot's going. The first movie took a long time, but in a good way, to really explore the world. Let's take through this park, and then it became, a monster movie. This one is, with all the sequels, have just jumped into the monster part. They have this whole park that's been running for years. Let's see some more of these attractions. Let's, explore more. Let's see some different dinosaurs. Let's do that. I felt that pacing was weird. Some of the cameos were... they're hit and miss. Mr. DNA was great. You only see him for a second, but I love that guy. It's a dinosaur! You got the Dilophosaurus only makes a really lame cameo, and it does kind of something interesting, where it distracts a raptor, but it's just like, oh, that one was cool, and everyone was talking about that after the second movie, or after the first movie, and now he's just kind of thrown in the side. It's like, I just want to see more of him. The Jimmy Fallon cameo was retarded, and I hate Jimmy Fallon, and I wish he would die in a flaming car wreck. Fucking Jimmy Fallon. And his cameo was annoying. So the ending really felt like a Godzilla movie to me. It was like, but not like a first Godzilla where he's destroying a city, but like a sequel, like, Monsters All Out Attack, or maybe Mecha Godzilla, where they have a new monster and they sick Godzilla on the new monster. And that's kind of what they got. They got the new hybrid dinosaur, and so they send the T-Rex and the Raptor to kill him. And that was cool to see kind of the battle. But that, as soon as it clicked, like, oh, this is Godzilla. Which is good. I mean, I like Godzilla. So that was kind of interesting. Well done. With the Raptors, just treating them like dogs again reminded me of the third movie. They really felt like dogs. And trying to make you have feelings for them, and they kind of keep switching sides. They have one awesome scene where they first turn on everyone. That was great, but then I don't know, it's kind of weird. I didn't care for that. I think that's anything spoiler wise I want to talk about, so let's go on to the wrap up. So the effects were really well done. I even tried to look for flaws when they were touching them, and it looks really good. The effects are great. The acting is great. The action is fun. I don't know if this is the best movie of the year, but is far beyond the best Jurassic Park sequel. It does not beat the first one. You cannot beat Steven Spielberg's pacing and the way he really can develop a movie. But this one is still great. It gets you fun. You really have fun with it. It's a good little romp. I think I enjoyed Mad Max a bit more as an action movie, if you want to compare it to that. But this one had really good moments, and it was a fun movie. So, on a scale from Dilophosaurus to a T-Rex, I'll rate this one a pterodactyl. So, comment and subscribe like you're supposed to say on YouTube. Follow me at wizard_Matt at Twitter. And let me know what you think. Jurassic World, though. Check it out for sure, especially if you're a Jurassic Park fan.